gonna go right through that one. Yeah, that one, that one, that one, that one. Hello and welcome back to Mechy's Tutorials. So today we are on our last robot of Robo Book 1. And it is a soccer robot. So what is robot soccer? The robot soccer system is a multi-object intelligent control system, and intelligent control system refers to the system with learning ability and autonomy. So sort of like an AI that as it learns more, it improves. So you know how we go through all of our grades in school, we learn more and we get smarter, and we mature and we change. Sort of like that, except for a robot and a system. Okay, so the intelligent control system must have the reflection capability for the environment, the ability to adjust the internal situation, information processing skills, problem solving skills, learning ability, reasoning ability, toughness, and reliability. The techniques such as fuzzy control, neural networks, evolutionary computation, etc. are the algorithms that can be used to improve the intelligence of the system. So this little lesson right here, just a whole bunch of technological words that tell us about how the system learns and how it improves. So when they talk about algorithms, if you've ever really done any surveys or anything, the way they work is they take all of the information, they put it into a system, and then there's a certain algorithm that determines the outcome. So it's sort of like a neat little formula or equation that they use to, what's the word I'm looking for, Adrian?
One that I wasn't paying attention
To determine an outcome,
there.
basically. Okay, so let's get started on our soccer robot. What you're gonna need first is your 2 3x9s, and then your L frames and your rounded frames. Alright, then you're gonna take your long screws and some nuts. Okay, so your round frame will go exactly as the picture. Make sure you do it to where it's opposite on each one. So one of them you'll have facing down, the other one you'll have facing up, and that's just how they make sure you do it the right way. It's super easy that way. I've learned that, thankfully, from doing all of these lovely tutorials. Okay, so once you have everything put on, or once you have all of your screws put in, then you're just gonna take your nuts and make sure they're nice and tight so nothing moves or nothing falls off, because that would not be fun. Don't you just love it when pieces fall apart?
I know. So much fun. I don't think there are wheels involved in this one though, so.
There are, the two small ones. But it'll be okay. I can do it.
You should.
Maybe.
I mean, it's not Monday.
Yeah, but it feels like it. Okay, so while I'm doing this, because it takes forever sometimes, I'm gonna talk a little bit about the robot soccer system, just a little bit more. So all the algorithms used are created based off of the way we think and the way we function. So they're based off the way we think and behave. So there's a vision system, and that's basically your visual sensor. So in any case, it could be a camera sensor or it could be an IR sensor, which is what we're going to use most likely. Actually, no, we're not using an IR sensor right now. Funny. Okay, so once you got those pieces, take your motors and your little short bosses, the things I hate the most. I'm going to take both motors and put them on each. Make sure your white motor mount goes through the big hole on the 3x9. Oh, there we go. And then once those are attached, put your little short boss on the very end. And do the same thing on the other side. Alright. Next, you're gonna take your small wheels. Attach it over here. And those will go on the ends of the motor mounts. And then, okay, you're gonna take the 2-unit block, two 2-unit blocks. Stick those right above the motor mount, or I'm sorry, the motor, not the motor mount. So it should go directly in the middle. And then set those aside just for a second. Grab all 4 of your 3-unit blocks. And then 2 1x7s. And short screws. Okay. Also, I will need my screwdriver. So your 3-unit blocks will go one on the very end of the 1x7, and then the other one will go on the second to last hole on the opposite side. Okay, like that. You're gonna want your little extra piece there. And make sure, you're gonna have to make sure your pegs are facing the right way too. So the one at the top, the very top, the pegs will facing down and up, and then the other one will be to the left and right. Because everything is very specific when it comes to building robots, even if they are small little kit robots. Okay, now you can grab those other 2 pieces that we just put together and take these that we just built. What you're gonna do with them is attach that 3-unit block that's sticking out to the left and the right to the 2-unit block, and make sure it's closest to the L frame. Okay, there we go. And then you're gonna put those together with a 2x7. Oh, stop that. Okay, so take your 2x7 frame and attach it to the 3-unit blocks on the bottom there if it wants to attach. There we go. Alright. It just doesn't want to stay in this tube. Okay. Then you're going to take 2 2x5 frames. And those will be screwed to the top block, the top 3 unit block. Wow, okay. I'm gonna do it separate of this real quick because it doesn't work with me. Okay, short screws. There we go. Then, time to attach this one. Then once you have all of those put in, it won't fall apart anymore. Okay, grab another 2x7 and then your 5 unit block and screw that together. I'm gonna say through the middle because it doesn't exactly tell you. Yeah, okay. And then you're gonna stick it on top of your 3 unit blocks with your pegs facing out. So it should look like this at the moment. And then we're gonna take 2 4 unit blocks and your 5x9. Okay, so your 5x9 will go, let's see, I wanna make sure I'm doing this right. It'll go on the back of the 5 unit block. And then your 4 unit blocks will go right next to it. Make sure they line up at the top and not the bottom. Okay, so it should look like that. Line up like that. Looks like a little scoreboard so far. Okay, so take your rounded frames, 2 of those, a shaft, short, or as they call medium. I found, no, I think, no, oh, okay. There are short ones. There's just like none of them ever in here. I think it came off of that. There's no such thing as a short one. I have no idea what I'm talking about. Ignore me. 2 silicone bosses, and then 2 more of your 5 unit blocks. So then those will go on the side here. It's gonna go right through that one. Yeah. Excellent. Nope, that's it. Okay. And then you're gonna put that through. It's gonna be like really unstable at the moment, so don't really touch it. Take your other 2 curved frames, or rounded frames, my bad. And then 2 more of your silicone bosses. And you're gonna want a 2x9. So you're gonna stick those on the end of that. Make them match up and make sure you can stick your unit block on there too. There we go. Once you have that, then you can take your 2x9 and put that across so that it lines up. That's not right. I don't like that. Oh, I know why. Okay, you're gonna use the top row. I was using the middle. Whoops. And you're gonna wanna make sure it sticks on to the blocks right there too. Okay, now I can stick my shafts through. And you're gonna put the other silicone bosses on the ends of those so that they're tight and they don't move around. Because we don't want it to move around. Okay. After that, you're gonna take a 1x9, lay it across the top of those blocks up there, and put 2 short screws in the 4 units and leave the 5 unit open. And then once you have that done, you can take your 3x7, place that on the bottom of, or I guess on the top, right below the 1x9, bottom right below the 1x9. And then take your motherboard, stick that on the 3x7, and your battery packs will go here on the arms where the 5 unit blocks are. And then you can just hook everything up and you will be good to go. And you're gonna wanna make sure your wires aren't restricting any movement. Alright. If you did what I did, it's time to put the wheels back on so it'll move once you get it going. And let's see. Okay. Now I need the remote. There are batteries. Adreyn.
Are there no batteries?
No, it's just doing it again. Or it doesn't want to work with me.
So we need to set it to be on ID.
I did set it to be ID1. Okay. The reason why our motherboards were messed up is because we weren't using the exact same one with the same controller. You have to set the ID. Yeah, so all of our IDs were messed up, that's why. Alright, so we learned a lesson. Okay, so if you're having trouble and your motherboard isn't working and you've tried like multiple different ones, you need to set the ID in your controller. So you're gonna go to page 37 and 38. And you're gonna set the ID, and you wanna make sure that controller and that motherboard are always being used together so you don't have to reset it. Because that's the problem that we're having in the past couple of videos. Someone took some of our kits. Yeah, our past like 6 videos. So someone took some of our kits and they mixed them up, and our pieces like got all jumbled. So we couldn't use our proper ones that we were using at the very beginning where they would always work. So just reset your ID and then it'll all be okay. Woo! Alright, well that was our last video for J-Robo Book 1. Next video we will start on J-Robo Book 2. I hope to see you then. Bye!
You get the book. The book.
Oh, but I already closed out.
Well, we can redo it.
No, I don't wanna.
Fine.